You're scrolling again. Another headline, another outrage, another stranger shouting through a glowing screen, and without realizing it, your pulse quickens, your thoughts blur. You feel something: anger, confusion, belonging, all at once. You tell yourself you're just keeping up with the world, but somewhere deep down a whisper asks, "Am I still thinking for myself?" They say we live in the information age, but maybe it's really the manipulation age. Everyone's shouting, no one's listening, and beneath the noise, something dangerous is happening. We're losing the ability to think, not to react, not to repeat, but to think. Critical thinking isn't about being smart, it's about being awake. And right now, most of humanity is sleepwalking. We've traded understanding for agreement. We don't ask, "Is it true?" We ask, "Whose side are you on?" That's not thinking, that's tribalism. You were born curious. You asked why 1,000 times a day. Why is the sky blue? Why do people lie? Why do grown-ups stop asking questions? But then, you learned something. When you challenged authority, you were called rude. When you questioned beliefs, you were called difficult. And slowly, the voice that once asked why became a whisper that said, "Just agree." That's where critical thinking began to die, not on the internet, but in childhood. This is called parentification of belief. It's when your identity learns to please instead of think. You adopt others' opinions, teachers, parents, peers, because it feels safer than questioning. You weren't taught how to think. You were taught what to think. And so now, as an adult, your brain confuses belonging with truth. You scroll through comments searching for validation, not clarity. You follow the loudest voices, not the wisest ones. That's not stupidity. That's trauma conditioning. The system doesn't want thinkers. It wants repeaters. Hypervigilance, that feeling that you must stay alert, that missing out means danger, has turned into a global addiction. You're constantly scanning for new threats, new trends, new opinions. Your brain's survival mode is stuck in scroll. And the result? You never get still enough to think. We call it the hive mind, collective thought without reflection, millions of voices echoing the same outrage, the same fear, the same half-truths, until it feels like fact. It's not intelligence anymore, it's emotional contagion. That's why one rumor spreads faster than any truth. That's why lies get shared by good people, because the brain loves simplicity. And fear is the simplest story of all. Here's the psychology of it. When we're emotionally overwhelmed, the brain shuts down the prefrontal cortex, the part that analyzes questions and reasons. You stop thinking rationally. You start reacting instinctively. Your mind says, "This feels true, so it must be true." And just like that, logic is replaced by loyalty. Curiosity is replaced by confirmation. And truth becomes tribal property. But here's the painful truth. It's not your fault. You've been psychologically conditioned by a world that profits off distraction, a system that trains your emotions before your mind. Every scroll, every click, every debate, a test of attention you were never taught to pass. You're not broken, you're just overstimulated and under-reflective. So what can you do? How do you wake up in a world that thrives on your sleep? Start small. Pause before you react. Ask one sacred question. Who benefits if I believe this? Breathe. Think. Observe your emotions like clouds passing through the mind. Don't chase them, just notice them. That's how critical thinking begins, not in a debate, but in silence. You can't change the noise of the world, but you can change the volume inside your mind. The moment you stop reacting, the moment you pause before sharing, before agreeing, before condemning, you reclaim your power. You become dangerous again, because a mind that thinks cannot be controlled. You were born curious. That child who asked why is still inside you, waiting to be heard again. So let the world argue. Let them scream. You stay still. You think. We remember, because the real revolution won't come from shouting louder. It'll come from thinking deeper.